Psychology says some children never had a childhood to lose. They just woke up one day and realized they've been living like an adult for years. No ceremony, no warning. Just a quiet understanding that if they didn't hold things together, no one else would. This is what happens when a child becomes the grown-up too soon. 1. The weight of being reliable. Psychologists have a term for it: parentification. When a child becomes the emotional anchor for others before their own foundation is built, something shifts. They learn to read the room. They learn to stay calm when everything is falling apart. They learn that their own pain can wait. They didn't choose strength. Strength chose them because weakness wasn't an option. 2. The loneliness of self-sufficiency. Developmental research shows that when children grow up without consistent emotional safety, they stop reaching out. They stop believing help is coming. So they figure it out themselves, even when the problem is too big for small hands. As adults, they look like they have it all together. Inside, they're waiting for the support they've learned never lasts. 3. The contradiction within. Psychology reveals something strange. When emotional growth is forced too early, development becomes uneven. One part of you is 40 years old at age 12. Another part is still frozen, waiting for permission to be young. They carry wisdom and confusion, responsibility and emptiness. They never learned that needing people could be safe. 4. Why rest feels wrong. People who raise themselves often can't sit still without anxiety creeping in. When things were quiet in childhood, it usually meant something bad was brewing. So their body learned calm equals danger. They feel valuable only when they're solving something. Psychology calls this hypervigilance a nervous system that never learned to power down. 5. The shame of having needs. Attachment studies show that early caretaking creates a devastating belief. My needs are a burden, so they shrink themselves. They apologize for asking. They feel guilty for wanting what everyone else gets freely. Being cared for doesn't feel like love. It feels like debt. 6. Protective sensitivity. Growing up too fast makes you fluent in other people's emotions. You notice the tension before anyone speaks. You predict the problem before it arrives. You know how people feel before they do. But psychology also shows they build walls around this gift. Because they learned early, caring without boundaries destroys you. Here's what psychology wants you to know. You're not damaged. Your nervous system did what it had to do. You learned to be strong before you learned to be safe. You learned to give before you learned to receive. And healing doesn't mean erasing that strength. It means finally believing that you're allowed to put it down. Were you the child who carried weight meant for adult shoulders? And are you still the one holding everything together even when you're breaking? Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more insights on psychology and healing.